The static in the playback is the first thing you notice. It's not just white noise. It's a rhythmic, wet sound, like something heavy being dragged across a salt-stained floor. Is it rolling? Tell me it's rolling. My voice sounds thin, brittle, like it belongs to someone else. It's 3:14 a.m. in Centralia, Pennsylvania. Or maybe it's Jerome, Arizona. Does it even matter? When you're in a place this dead, the geography bleeds together into one long, suffocating shadow. I came here for the most haunted title. I came for the clicks, the subs, the no way. This is real comments. I wanted the adrenaline. Now, I just want the sun to come up. But looking at the sky through the cracked windshield of my rental, I'm starting to think the sun forgot this place existed a long time ago. The air out here tastes like old pennies and wet rot. You know that feeling when you walk into a room and you just know someone was just talking about you? It's like that, but the room is an entire zip code, and the things talking about you don't have lungs. Let's back up. I rolled into town at noon. Hi, son. Supposedly the safest time, right? Wrong. This place has this vibe at S, like a movie set where the actors died mid-scene and nobody bothered to move the bodies. The houses are hunched over, their windows like cataract filmed eyes, watching me haul my gear out of the trunk. I caught a glimpse of a local or what I thought was a local standing near a rusted-out swing set, a guy in a faded flannel shirt, just staring. Primera gabe a half-hearted wave, the kind of "I'm a friendly tourist, please don't axe murder me" gesture we all do. He didn't blink. He didn't move. He just went out like a candle. 1 second he was there, the next, the swing was just swaying in a wind I couldn't feel. Okay, I whispered into the mic, trying to play it cool for the edit later. First, anomaly. High noon. We're off to a hot start. My plan was simple. 24 hours, no hotel, just me, my recorder, and a sleeping bag in the old boarding house on the edge of the woods, the one the internet calls the throat. They call it that because they say if you scream inside, the sound never makes it past your teeth. Real poetic, right? By 6 p.m., the light didn't just fade. It collapsed. The shadows didn't stretch. They grew teeth. I was setting up my base camp in what used to be a parlor. The floorboards groaned under my boots, like I was walking on a ribcage. I sat down, cracked a lukewarm energy drink, and checked my levels. Scritch. 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 I froze. It was coming from the wall behind me. Not a mouse. Not a squirrel. It was too deliberate. It sounded like someone was taking a long, sharp fingernail and tracing the outline of my head through the wallpaper. "Who's there?" I called out. My voice cracked. Total amateur move. "I have a permit to be here. I'm just filming." The scratching stopped. Then, a voice. It wasn't a ghost voice, not the cinematic kind. It was a flat, monotone whisper that sounded like it was coming from inside my own ear canal. "It's not yours anymore." I spun around, my flashlight beam cutting through the dust motes. Nothing. Just peeling floral wallpaper and the smell of ozone. I checked the audio recorder. The levels were spiking into the red, vibrating so hard the device was humming. I decided to do a perimeter check. Big mistake. Huge. You see it in the movies, and you yell at the screen. "Don't go in the basement, you idiot." But when you're there, there's this pull. It's like a magnet in your gut. You have to know, the hallway felt longer than it did 5 minutes ago. I swear the doors were multiplying. Every time I passed a room, I felt a cold draft hit the back of my neck, like someone was breathing through a straw. I reached the top of the stairs, and my flashlight flickered. No, no, no. Not now. Brand new batteries. "Don't you dare," I hissed. The light died. Total, absolute darkness. The kind of dark that feels heavy, like you're buried under 6 feet of wet dirt. I reached for my phone, my fingers fumbling, heart hammering against my chest like a trapped bird. I found the screen, swiped up for the torch, and saw him. He was standing at the bottom of the stairs. The guy from the swing set, but he wasn't standing on the floor. His feet were hovering about 6 inches off the rotted wood. And his face. God, his face was gone. Not bloody, not mangled, just smooth. Lightsky had been stretched over his eyes and mouth until there was nothing left but a blank, pale canvas. I didn't scream. I couldn't. My throat felt like it had been filled with liquid lead. Primera basket, Hawaii. Tripping over my own gear, scrambling back into the parlor. I slammed the door and pushed a heavy oak vanity against it. I sat there, staring at the door. My phone light, the only thing keeping the void at bay. Thump. Something hit the door. Hard. The vanity shifted an inch. Thump. Go away, I yelled, finally finding my voice. Leave me alone. Then the laughing started. It wasn't the man. It was children, dozens of team. Their voices were coming from under the floorboards, from the ceiling, from the vents. A high-pitched, mocking giggle that made my skin crawl. He wants the eyes, a girl's voice whispered. He likes the way they shiny in the dark. I looked at my audio recorder sitting on the floor. The rec light was blinking red, steady, like a heartbeat. Primera picked it up my hands, shaking so hard I almost dropped it. I put on the headphones. In the audio, I could hear myself breathing heavy, panicked gasps. But underneath my breathing, there was another sound, a wet, slurping sound. And then, a clear, crisp voice that wasn't mine, recorded just seconds ago. I'm right behind you, Assad. I didn't turn around. I knew if I turned around, that would be the end of the video. That would be the end of everything. I just ran. I didn't care about the gear. I didn't care about the vanity. I threw myself out the first floor window, glass shredding my jacket, hitting the overgrown grass with a thud that knocked the wind out of me. I didn't look back. I sprinted for the car, fumbling the keys, sobbing as the engine finally turned over. As I peeled out, my tires spitting gravel, I glanced in the rearview mirror. Every window of that boarding house was filled. They were all there. The man with no face, the children. Figures in white, figures in black. They weren't chasing me. They were just waving. A slow, synchronized goodbye. I drove until the sun came up. I'm at a diner now, 3 towns over. If you're listening to this, if this actually made it to the channel, then I didn't make it to the bus station. Don't look for the town. Don't look for the house. And for the love of God, don't listen to the static, because once you hear them, they can see you. Subscribe to the Silent Fia for more horror stories.